y'all, welcome to Sweet Pea Southern Home. I'm Christy. Today we're going to do a monthly craft update. I have more to show than I thought I would have. It's been a busy month with the gardening and stuff, but I do have some stuff to show. So not everything that I had hoped to get to, but we'll see. We'll start. I have a couple of finishes. I finished some socks. Let me get them from over here. I believe I had I'm sure that I had started working on these last time. These are, see if I can get close enough where you can see the pattern. These are the hibernal socks. From Summer Lee. There you can see it. Finally finished them. I don't generally make my socks so long, but I started these ages ago. So these are done, and I'm super happy to have them done. And I'm gonna be working, I think, socks that I work for the rest of the summer will be shorty socks. So I also finished this pair. This is another Summer Lee sock pattern, and I don't recall the name of the pattern off the top of my head. It is in her the book, and I'll link it down below. I was just trying to use up some random yarns, and it has an easy little slip stitch pattern. These were fun, just enough to keep me going on them. So I'm glad to have these finished. And so those are the two pair. That's all the finishes I have this month. Let me look down at my notes. I did make notes today so I wouldn't forget. It is a humid, rainy day today. Yeah, that's all. Those are all the finishes that I had right now, but when I was cleaning up in here, I did run across something that I know I didn't show from before I'd gotten back into being on YouTube. Let me take these socks off the block. It's another pair of socks. I really worked a little bit last year on some color work stuff. And I found these socks in here. I didn't even know they were in here. And they're color work. My color work is, especially for socks, is a work in progress, because these are just have to be like slipper socks. They're pretty big on my feet. But I'm pleased with how they came out. And I think, yeah, I did a different pattern on, I switched up the patterns. And truthfully, I'm not sure where. I'll have to go back and see if I can figure out whose sock pattern this is. If any of you know, let me know, because I, as you know, have not been making the best notes. But I made some autumn socks. So this one, it was just, the pattern was, you just kind of picked your own little pattern to do. So this one at the foot, these are acorns. This is a coffee cup. It's a little bit hard to tell. Pumpkins. I don't know what this is. I think it was a leaf. Some of them are hard to tell because of the color choices I picked. These were apples and mushrooms. So I did the same patterns, I believe, on each sock. I just alternated some of the colors and where they were. So I believe this was a leaf. So they were all, oh, this is a squirrel. You can kind of tell. They were all, there were just a bunch of different charts for you to pick from. I had this was all just random leftover yarns that I had. I know this is a drops yarn, this main color. and I couldn't tell you what all the other colors are, just little bits and pieces that I had laying around. And I mean, they work really good for a slipper sock. I believe, I'm not sure which drops this is, but it looks like it has, you can kind of see the halo maybe. Like it has some mohair in it or something. They're really soft. So I did knit those. And I knit a Halloween pair too, which I also cannot find. So those I finished. Gosh, I can't remember if it was this past fall or the one before. I bet it was 2022 when I did these. That's terrible. Can't remember. That's what happens when you get old. You can't remember things. So anyway, I thought you might want to see those, and I will get them put back where all my other socks live. And I'll show you what I'm working on now. I am working on another pair of socks. This time of year, when I'm so busy outside and it's starting to get hot, it's just easy to pick up and do. But I am undecided. Maybe y'all can help me out here a little bit. I'm doing a pair of fade socks, and if you're not subscribed to Summerlee, and you like to knit socks, go and do it. She has the best color theory ever, and she just did an episode on making fade socks, and I thought this is a great opportunity for me to knit a plain sock, something I can take places with me, but is a little more interesting. And they were shorties, so I started out, I wanted like a pink fade. I kind of just went through stuff in my room in here and found some pinks that I wanted to use. So this is the first color. I just picked up stitches for the heel, so they'll be shorty socks, and I'm ready to start fading in the next color. And this color has a little bit of some greens and blues in it, but not much else. It's mostly white and different shades of pink. And the next color that I'm going to use is this one. So this was gonna fade, I thought would fade pretty good with that. And I like this because it has a lot of colors in it, but I can still pull mostly pinks from it. I thought I had more pink yarn around. And then my third color I picked was this dark one, hoping that maybe it would pick up some. This middle color has just like every color in the rainbow in it, so I thought maybe it would pick up some darker colors, but now there's just no way that's going to fade. I mean, you're really going to be able to see this dark color a lot. So I'm second guessing myself because it'll come out looking like mostly my toe. I mean, the last third of the sock will be so dark, and I'm just not sure how these two colors will fade together. So I was back here today looking for something else that was already wound up, and I don't have anything. I couldn't find anything else that would do any better. So I picked out this, and I thought maybe that would be a better choice. I still just don't know. This is harder than I thought it was going to be for something that's going on my feet that nobody's going to see but me. I'm making this a lot harder than it has to be. I don't know. I'm leaning, though, more towards this because, I mean, I love this colorway. I bought it to make socks out of, or to maybe use in a shawl, and using it in a fade and some shorty socks, I will still have plenty of it left. And it is a Yarn Cafe Creations color called Orange Blossom. So let me know what you think. I mean, should I nix this color altogether? I don't know. I just really like it. I have a couple other colors that are similar, but they're not different enough to fade. And now I'm ready to start my fade with this color. You know, I'm done with this. Well, I'm not done with it, but I'm ready to start the fade. And I dropped it. I do think that I can get that to fade pretty good. Decisions. This is where I get mired down and can't make up my mind. And then I just say, well, I'll just do whatever. And then I'm not happy with it. So I don't know. I have a lot of like leftover self-striping yarn, but not so. She suggested using lightly speckled yarns or lightly variegated yarns. And I don't have a lot of that, so we'll see. Let me know what your thoughts are, but I am working on that. And the only other thing that I'm working on right now, any of the other projects that I talked about in my last video, the Bridgerton shawl, the crochet blanket, and my anthology throw, I have not picked those up at all. I had every intention of doing it. I haven't had a chance to. So hopefully next month I'll have some progress on those. But I did start something else that I'm really got into and excited about having started. And I started some cross stitch, and my most very favorite hydrangeas are my favorite flower, especially blue. On another subject, my great grandmother always had them, and I loved them. They're my favorite, and have not ever been able to get one. Well, I've only tried a couple of times, but they pretty much have to have full shade where we live. But I believe I'm getting one for Mother's Day, and I have the place to put it too. So I'm excited about that. Third time's the charm. I think this will be my third time trying one. I started this cross stitch pattern by Stacy Nash. This is Christmas Sausage Finley, but I made changes to the colors to try to match Gus. I was gonna let him in here with me because he hates thunder, but it's not thundering at the moment, and I wouldn't be able to sit here. He would be in my face. I wouldn't be able to sit here and talk to you if he was in here with me. So, but he's more the gray, and plus I just pulled from colors that I already have. I didn't buy any threads for this. He's chocolate brown and the gray, and his spots are more chocolate brown too. So far I just have the head done. And it's hard to tell, but I've started a little bit of a lighter gray. I think some of the spots on, like Gus, on his back, he has a few big chocolate brown spots, and then the rest of him is super mottled. So what I picked for most of his body, I can show you that. I say I can. I thought it was right here. Is this color Seagull? Here it is. And this color Garden Gate. Sorry, they're really this light. So Garden Gate has some warm undertones to it, and then I might throw in some of his ears, and his ear and his face look very similar, but they are different colors. I used Picnic Basket for his ear and maple syrup for his face, and I may pull some of the maple syrup into some spots for his back. I don't know. It doesn't have to be exact. I just wanted to have it represent my dogs. And the other pattern that I'll start next when I finish this one is Frankie. And so this one I'll make look like Gemma, and that'll be a whole lot easier because she's just various shades of red. So I'm not going to make these into pillows though. I think I'm going to embroider their name on it and frame them. I changed my mind about doing the pillows because truthfully I don't really have a lot of space for knickknacks and stuff to just be sitting out. I don't have a coffee table anymore, and I'd rather have something hanging on the wall. So I could not, it's been years since I cross stitched, and I really miss it. So I'm excited to be working on this, and maybe by the time I have another craft room update, it'll be completely done. So those are the two projects I'm working on right now, and trying to focus for sure on the cross stitch and the socks, and hopefully I'll have some time to things are slowing down now as far as what's getting planted, and just kind of waiting on everything to grow. So now, between now and time to start harvesting stuff, I should have some more craft time. So I do have a few things that are acquisitions. I'm not sure if I showed. I still want to start a sweater. Haven't forgotten about that. Some short sleeve tops. I just dropped something. Still ready to start some short sleeve tops, but I think I'm going to go through my Ravelry patterns and pick something from there. I have ordered some yarn. Sonder Yarn Company had a big sale, and I made an order, and I think I might do something with some color work, but it has not come in yet, so I'll have to show that to you next month. But I also ordered, I've been looking for a really good periwinkle blue, and I found this the other day, and I ordered 2 skeins because it's a thinner fingering. It's 464 yards, and I know that I can get a top out of 2 skeins. So I'm definitely gonna be starting this one first, and I don't know, I'm ready to start looking around and picking out a pattern. I'm trying to decide if that's really true to color. I guess it looks a little more purple on screen, but this is Nightingale Fibers, and the colorway is called Periwinkle. So I will definitely be starting a top with these before the next episode for sure. I'm gonna make myself pick something. It's hard. There's so many beautiful patterns, and I have so much stuff either bookmarked on Instagram or patterns that I've purchased on Ravelry. It's really hard to choose. And the only other things, acquisitions that I have are my monthly Lichen and Lace yarns. And to be honest, I don't remember which is which, and if I showed one of these. That's awful. One of these is, let me think. This must be March. This must be March's colorway, and it's Hydrangea. I think. I'm not sure. Or maybe it's April's. I'm trying to think what 2 colors. January, February, March, April. No, I've gotten April's colorway, so I'm not sure. I think this was March, so maybe I already showed this. Anyway, and the other color is Peach Tea. And so, I don't know, I've just always admired their yarn. I don't know if I'll do the whole year of the monthly socks, but so far, I'm going to keep it up. And I especially, y'all know I especially love this one, especially the name. So that's it for things that I've gotten as far as yarn is still dropping stuff. As far as yarn is concerned, the only other thing I think I was really going to talk about this month was I thought about doing like a whole video on just things in general that I've been loving, like across the board, just any subject, anything. Makeup, I don't wear very much makeup, but like skincare, food, anything, books. But I wanted to mention one book and one show that I've been watching that are excellent, and I highly suggest, if you haven't started watching the show, go and watch it if you can. It's on Hulu, and it's called We Were the Lucky Ones, and it's based on a true story from World War II, and amazing actors and actresses. I love it. I'm behind an episode, so after I finish this today, I'm going to go catch up. But it's really, really good, really emotional, and you know, it's really good. I love it. So if you enjoy those kinds of, you know, shows, go and watch it. It's really good. And a book I finished. Let me get my notes back out so I can get this right. I'm 90% of the time listen to Audible because I don't have time. There just aren't enough hours in the day to do all the things I wish I could do. But earlier this month, I finished, well, not in May, earlier in April, I finished The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. And it's about a family in the 70s, and they moved to Alaska. I wouldn't say, I like a lot of Kristen Hanna's books, but I haven't read every one. And I heard someone else recommend this one, and it was excellent. It was really good. I really liked it a lot, and it's set in Alaska in the 70s, and kind of is somebody that gardens, and I don't know if I really like the word homestead so much. It's just trying to keep older practices alive and just learn from the past, you know. I don't know, it's just really satisfying to me to think about, to accomplish growing food, eating food that you grew, preserving food that you grew, and that even trickles down into crafting. Sewing, I wish I would love to have time to sew some clothes, but you know, knitting things that you wear, or blankets that you use, quilting, all of those kinds of things just really appeal to me, instead of being so commercial and fast fashion, you know. And I don't know, but I'm getting way off subject. The Great Alone was an excellent book, and if you enjoy, if you've read any of her books, it's one of the better ones that I've read. I really enjoyed it. And so I guess that's really it. I'm gonna be doing, did I tell you next week I will be, next weekend is Mother's Day, and I have a little special paint project that I want to do for my mom, so I'll be recording that. So that'll be something a little different. I've done a little bit of watercolor, and I do enjoy that too. It's when I was younger, I drew a lot. I was big into just doodling and drawing. I mean, younger, like elementary age. I loved it, and I would spend a lot of time doing things like that. So it's a habit that I've gotten out of, but painting has reminded me how much I love to just doodle, and so we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. I wish all of you a blessed day, and I will see you next time. And please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.